Today is an absolutely beautiful day. It's probably mid-high 60s. One of the last days we're gonna have like this, so better enjoy it. I won't be doing this tomorrow. Tomorrow night it's supposed to snow. Whoopee! Welcome to the mountains. 24 hours later, after it's 70 degrees, it snows. I also got tomorrow off, which is awesome. So I'm filming today in wide mode instead of super view, and I'm filming in 30 frames per second instead of 60 frames per second. Other than that, the rest of the settings are untouched. I just wanted to see how that affected the quality or field of view. As usual, I can't actually see any screen, so I'm only hoping that it's picking up pretty good and that it looks alright. But once again, one of the biggest reasons why I'm going ahead and posting these videos instead of doing the editing and making it look good and whatnot right off the bat is that I want anybody who plans on doing a moto vlog or gets themselves a GoPro 5, I want you to know what I experienced in the setup phases, and figure out. I want you to know right off the bat, hey, here's what you're going to run into. You might have an issue here or here. It's not going to be all fine and dandy right off the bat. It's going to take some work. I'm on my way to, ooh, hello. I'm on my way to Sheetz right now. Stop off, get me a energy drink and maybe a little PB&J sandwich before I go into work. They have these awesome little 99-cent peanut butter and jelly already made, crust peeled off already, little sandwiches. And I eat that shit out of those things. They're just good. It's been an interesting morning so far. Of course, it's not, my thing says 2:35. I don't know if you can see that. It's actually 1:35. I go into work at 2. But I've been up since 7 o'clock this morning. I didn't do any sleeping in because we have 3 cats at the house, and they all kind of got this little cold and passed it around to each other. And the first 2 recovered just fine. The third cat, she's a little special. Her name is Clovis, and we discovered her while we were hunting for the house that we currently live in. She was on the sidewalk, and you see this little ball of perfect little kitten, and we went over to her, and bloody mess and shit and piss all over her. She had been hit by a car, and it was a tough day. We actually thought about taking her, and putting her out of her misery. I hate to word it like that, but we didn't. We decided to hang on. We went ahead and footed the bill for an emergency vet visit, and we got her the help that she needed, and she recovered very nicely. It took her a week or 2 to get over the worst part of it. She stayed in vet care for about 3 or 4 days, and I can't thank you enough to the vet that saved her life. But she is now a regular part of our household. She's our first baby. And I'm gonna go now. So Clovis, anyway, she was the 3rd cat to get this cold that the cats were passing around, and like I said, she's special. She didn't take to having this cold very well. It developed into an upper respiratory infection yesterday, and her eye, one of her eyes is kind of off a little bit because of where she got hit by the car when she was little, and it's prone to eye infections. So she's got an eye infection, so we had to get her some drops, get her a shot, for whatever shot they gave her. It's a 2-week long antibiotic that stays in her system for up to 2 weeks, so that's going to help her battle the cold. But yeah, we wanted to get her to the vet first thing this morning because last night she kind of freaked us out. Girlfriend went to work at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I went to work a little earlier than that. But, you know, when I got home later that evening, which is like, you know, 6-7 hours after, our little cat was still in the exact same spot that she was when my girlfriend left. She's basically had her head buried in a corner, and, you know, she just wasn't being active, wasn't being herself, wasn't being vocal, wasn't taking the pets too well. So I called the emergency vet. They basically said she probably has a fever to try to keep her cool. They said they really didn't think there was a reason to bring her in as an emergency visit. They said it's just, you know, kind of the way cats are going to act when they're sick. So we took her to the vet this morning and got her taken care of. So yeah, my nerves were shot over that, because, you know, that's our kids. Our animals are our kids, because we don't have any, you know, human kids. We've got a couple of dogs, you know, 3 cats, and we've had 2 guinea pigs. We got 1 now because one's in heaven, in piggy heaven. So yeah, we're animal lovers, and that was my morning so far. The vet visit kind of sucked too, because I waited in the office for an hour before anybody saw me, and here I was, the only person in the vet, or in the office, waiting. So they were actually on the phone calling for appointments. You know, they were calling saying, hey, would you like to bring your animal in? She's due for rabies. I can get her in here at 11:15 a.m. and I'll get her at 10:15 a.m. I'm sitting here thinking, okay, so you're starving for appointments, but you can't fucking get me in there to get my cat fixed. Thank you. So yeah, coming up on Sheets here. Hey, buddy. And see him until too late. I don't think he gave me the wave. Frankly, I don't know if he'd have given me the wave either. Not to stereotype certain bikers, but he didn't seem like the type that would wave at someone like me. So hello, Copper. I just want to get me a PB&J and my blueberry Red Bull. So yeah, aside from talking about my cat, just wanted to put a quick video on here. Like I said, the wide angle with the 30 frames per second is what I use to record this, so I get to go home and see the video firsthand just like you do, and see how it turned out. So once again, thank you for watching. Please hit the like button, subscribe. I ain't gonna get any gas. Go in here and get my PB&J. Alright guys, later.